Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Now, guys, there is a good amount of coffee left in that cup, but that was not my first sip. Judy and I were sitting in there talking, and so had just a couple sips in there with her, and you can see kind of some steam coming off the cup over here. Now, it's not really super cold, but it is kind of damp. I mean, we got an amazingly big rain in here and cleaned out the place and stuff like that, and so yeah, it's kind of chilly, but it's not like freezing or anything like that. Now, guys, what I want to talk about this morning in this space and in this economy, you really have to brace yourself for, because I'll tell you what, I was listening to Trump there, and he was on Air Force One, and I guess he was flying over the Gulf of America, as they're calling it now. Anyway, reporters are asking him, hey, listen, what about all these tariffs and everything that's going down and all this kind of stuff? And he says, well, on Monday, as of today, some big announcement they're going to have, and they're going to be having reciprocal tariffs for every country that interacts with the United States. And so if a country, he said, has a 100% tariff, well, we're going to have a 100% tariff, and on and on. Now, I am certainly not against the fairness of what that represents, at least in that way. But listen, when we saw those tariffs for Canada and Mexico come down, what happened in the marketplace? Was there ever an upset? Guys, come on, are you kidding? He signs an executive order and, about all these tariffs and all this kind of stuff like that. Then my guess is you're going to watch a knee-jerk reaction globally in the economy now. For us in this space, hey, that might represent some opportunity if you haven't met your accumulation goals, if things actually take a dip there. But on top of that, guys, I think it's going to give the central banks the excuse that they're looking for, and how. Because, guys, they're looking for any and every excuse to literally keep those presses humming like crazy and just inflating. That is exactly what's going on. And you're going to see, guys, I don't care what they say, how they say it, on and on and on. They are absolutely going to be cutting rates. They are going to be doing it. And my guess is it's probably going to be more than just one cut. It's going to be 2, 3, or 4, even in this year. And when you consider that, think about this. That is going to affect the purchasing power of our dollars in our pockets, right? What's stuck in our jeans. Another form of taxation, guys, when they actually destroy the purchasing power of the dollar, they're literally pulling it right out of your pockets by the fistfuls. That's what they're doing, because they're destroying like how much you need, and like basically you need way more than you used to need to get the same things that you were getting before, right? That's exactly how inflation works. We all know that. But the thing is this, how does it come upon us? Well, it comes upon us because they're out there minting it like what? $1 trillion every 75 days, and now they want to keep that thing humming? Wow, I'll tell you. Now, saying that, what is a cascading result in terms of this space? Well, assets that are measured against the dollar, hey, they go up in price, don't they? And whether that be commodities, equities, this digital asset space, on and on and on. And this is where the rich just get richer and richer. Do you think that, inflation, inflating the dollar affects the 1 and 2 percenters like it does, the rank and file and stuff like that? Not on your life. These guys just get wealthier and wealthier. It's the folks that, number one, have bought into the credit system, right? I mean, oh, well, don't buy it now, pay for it later. Yeah, get a credit card, da-da-da-da-da. I mean, come on, you can't even barely walk into a department store, even a grocery store, without them soliciting you and I to get into more debt with another credit card, and on and on and on. They just want to keep us on that hamster wheel, right? It's the never-ever plan. That's the kind of deal. Well, for us, those high inflation rates, yeah, they really affect. Why? Because people like us, we are not out buying and consuming. As a result, you're watching a lot of businesses, a lot of these mom and pops that have just shut down right there. And think about this. Hey, loss of those jobs, loss of those people in the community. They can't afford where they're living. They pull up stakes and move, and on and on and on. How do you think ghost towns are actually created? And ghost malls. Now, look, I don't know if a lot of you guys watch Jeremiah Babe, but I do from time to time. Well, one thing I like about Jeremiah Babe is the guy goes in and he will do these little tours of shopping malls and various, centers of where there is actually a lot of people living, and they are almost ghost towns. Yep, right there. And guys, that is because of the inflationary result. Don't kid yourself. When they say that, oh, well, everyone, no, they are not. Most people are not doing that good. That is for sure, and they're not out there shopping, and as a result, because of the higher costs of these goods, and it is just absolutely ridiculous. And now we're facing these kind of changes. Well, I'm telling you guys, there's going to be a little bit of pain before I think things get better. I absolutely believe that. Now, for you and I in this digital asset space, and of course people that have their dollars invested in various equities and commodities and different things like that, yeah, we see appreciation in the value of our assets because, of course, it takes more dollars to buy those assets. But in real world terms, if we cashed out, would we be able to utilize those funds to the same degree that we would before? Look, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, $1 million certainly doesn't go as far as it did even 5 years ago, let alone 10, 20. That's for sure. And look, that's how I look at this space and this, all what's going on. It's an insulation against it. But the reality is, we are facing a major, major monetary crisis around the wide world, and they are absolutely going to march us right in one by one, two by two, right into this new digital financial system. There is zero doubt about it. You can see the handwriting right on the proverbial wall. They're going to be using crypto. They're going to be using distributed ledger technology. It won't be called crypto because, I mean, you say crypto and it gets kind of like a quackus, response in that. But when you really look at it, what we're talking about is the distributed ledger technology and how it represents and cryptographic monetary instruments that are going to be used around the wide world, not just for the internet of value, not just as currencies, of course, but as literally applications and the very infrastructure for how this is all going to go down. And I think it's going to go down way, way quicker than most people can even imagine. And that's why I'm coming out and saying this. Do you hear all this rhetoric going around and this saber rattling and all this kind of stuff? We are absolutely in full bore currency war, trade war, you name it. And it is going to have major impacts, to be sure. Yep. Mm-hmm. And this is where you absolutely want to get ready for it. Be prepared for it. Look at this whole egg crisis and stuff like that, with all the price of eggs and this and that. Now, limiting that you can only in certain stores, like I think it was Sam's Club and Costco or Walmart, different ones like that, where you can only buy a dozen eggs at a time. Have you ever heard of such ridiculousness? And the thing is this, hey, 6 months ago, why didn't we hear about a big egg crisis then, and on and on? I mean, all the chickens that were called more than 6 months ago, weren't they? Guys, come on. If you can't see what's being played here, you and I, they're playing us like fiddles. Absolutely, for sure. But you want to get out and get ready and brace yourself for the stuff that's coming. Have a little extra over here. Go ahead and do this and that, and make sure your pantry is full. Make sure you got what you need, and this and this and that. Go out and instead of spending on stuff, spend less. Get out of debt for certain. And if you have any spare cash whatsoever, employ it. Employ it. Now, what you employ that in? Hey, look, I can give you lots of suggestions, but this is where you want to get out there and really understand it for yourself, because guys, I'll tell you what, there are too many two-bit, pretend stockbrokers out there telling you everything you want to do with your money, and they have zero skin in your game right there. You want to be able to, just get your 2 cents together in your own head and start to really, really be strategic in your thinking. Because what's coming next, I think most people don't even have a clue of how the impacts are going to affect them in a big, big way. That's at least how I think, guys. And I'll tell you what, I want you to make it. I want you to make it. And you can not just survive, but literally thrive. Do you know how many millionaires were made in that last Great Depression? Go research it. It will blow your mind, because all we hear is about, how and it was devastating, to be sure. But there were people that were ready for it and really kind of understood and saw a little bit ahead and got themselves in a position where they literally thrived. Can you imagine? Right there. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I believe that you and I, hey, we're there. We're already kind of paying attention. but we want to be as sharp as tacks. That is for certain. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, I sure hope you're having an absolutely fabulous day. Guys, there's a whole lot more to life than just what's going on that tube and all in the economy. That is for sure. We got one another. We have one another. Get out and just enjoy the fresh air. Get out and enjoy what God has given you and I for absolute free. You can just walk around. You can enjoy it. You can get the cobwebs out. You can have peace of mind. Don't let yourself get really disturbed by all the nonsense. That's how they want to keep us, right? Distracted as distracted can be. But guys, get focused, get strategic, get centered, and get ready, because it's going to be something amazing. I genuinely believe it. So guys, until later on today, have an absolutely amazing one and take care.